During the first quarter of the 19th century, this town, Concord, New Hampshire, had the honor of providing two of the greatest men of that century with brides. Their brides came from here. Also provided them with great sadness. Two great men were Ralph Waldo Emerson and Samuel F.B. Morse. Emerson, of course, was the sage of Concord. In this case, Concord was Concord, Massachusetts, not Concord, New Hampshire. Emerson was among the great philosophers, thinkers, essayists, poets, not just in America, but in the world. He was also a Unitarian minister. And Samuel F.B. Morse, well, he's celebrated today, I think you know, as the inventor of the eponymous Morse code. He is the man that brought the telegraph to America and England and France and all of Europe. He was a genius. But Samuel F.B. Morse was also, don't know if you know this, an artist, a fine artist, a portrait painter as famous in Paris as he was in New York City in the United States. The official portraits of U.S. President John Adams and U.S. President James Monroe, the portrait of the Marquis de Lafayette, General John Stark, portrait of William Cullen Bryant and DeWitt Clinton, were all painted by Samuel F.B. Morse. And a painting that he did of an exhibition at the Louvre Museum in Paris was the sensation of the age in that city. Oh, and he had a Phi Beta Kappa key from Yale. In the fall of 1818, he married Lucretia Pickering of Concord, New Hampshire. Service took place in the living room of her parents. Lucretia and Samuel had 4 children, 2 of whom died at birth. She died of a heart attack after giving birth to her last child, though, and she was only 25 years old. It would be 23 years before he remarried. Then in 1827, Ralph Waldo Emerson was a guest minister at the Unitarian Church here in Concord, New Hampshire. During his stay, he met and he fell in love with 16-year-old Ellen Louisa Tucker. 2 years later, when she was 18, he married her, as Samuel Morse said, in the living room of her parents' house here in Concord. Emerson was 25 years old. The marriage was under a cloud from the start because Ellen suffered from tuberculosis. In fact, Ellen's brother George had died of the disease. And on the 8th of February, 1831, Ellen herself died of tuberculosis. She's 19 years old. Emerson's sense of loss was profound. He remarried 6 years later, however, and fathered 4 children. Anyhow, that's the sad story of 2 beautiful young women of Concord, New Hampshire, who brought great happiness and great sadness to 2 of the great men of their time.